Greetings and salutations, comic book conversationalists. This is Comic Book Hangover. My name is Scott, and it is time once again to go over the movies that I've watched through half of a month. So this is going to be the first half of September. Now in September and October, I have sort of switched gears, and I'm only watching horror films from our movie collection. It just seems like the right thing to do. Now around Christmas time, I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to watch 31 or 25 or whatever Christmas movies. I'm not even sure we have that many. We'll see what I can do. We do have quite a few. But let's go over the movies that I checked out in the first 15 days of September. Starting with, this time we start with a Blu-ray. And it is one of the most entertaining zombie movies that I've come across in a very long time. And it is Dead Snow. It is Nazi zombies versus campers, and a whole lot of love given to the Evil Dead series, specifically Evil Dead 2. A lot of love given to those movies in this one here. If you like just senseless violence, blood and guts and gore, this is a good movie. It's definitely worth checking out. Next up, Jack Brooks Monster Slayer. It's one I wanted to watch with my son. He watched part of it. It has Robert Englund in it. It's about a guy. And it's kind of a good setup. It's about a guy who has anger issues that winds up having to fight demons and monsters. What better way to work out your anger and frustration than beating the hell out of monsters and demons? So Jack Brooks Monster Slayer, good movie. It's been forever since I've seen it. I think I haven't watched that one since I bought it. I bought that, well, maybe like 10 years ago or so, give or take. Next one is from my Universal Classic Monsters Essential Collections Blu-ray. And it is the 1931 Dracula. The transfer on this, I know there's a 4K, and the 4K is probably better, but I love this Blu-ray set. This Blu-ray set has everything that I need in it. It's got a book, it's got commentaries, it's got all kinds of special features, and the picture quality of these older movies from 1931 on are fantastic. So Dracula, I mean, you really can't get any better than the Granddad Evil Mon. I'm going to watch the rest of those that were in there. Now going from an all-time classic to a more contemporary, what the hell were they thinking? I have Ninjas versus Zombies. This is the first part of a trilogy. I will be watching the rest of them because, well, I love these movies. Fun thing here is there's a guy by the name of Daniel Ross who is in this movie, and this is like one of the first things he did, if not the first thing he did. Now, Daniel Ross is known to Disney fans right now as he is, I'm not sure if he still is, but at one time he was the voice of Donald Duck for Disney. And this is where he got his start. So with this one, we were also introduced to the phrase, "It's fighty time." Good stuff. So much fun. Speaking of fun, from Arrow Video. I don't have a whole lot of Arrow Video DVD and Blu-rays. But I did have to get this one because it's one of my favorite all-time schlocky horror films, The Stuff, on Blu-ray. It's also one of my son's favorite movies, so we definitely had to check this one out. So The Stuff, really can't say too much more about it than that. Another one that my kid wanted to check out, and I finally decided, well, you know what, 10 years old. I think I was about 10 years old when I watched this one for the first time. And this one was actually a gift from my best friend, Mikey. And this is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is DVD. But this is a 2-disc, what do they call it? The 2-disc Ultimate Edition Steelbook for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now this one does have a high definition transfer. Picture quality is pretty good. I mean, as far as it being a DVD, this is one of those weird movies where, to me, the early releases where it had a really grainy feel, grainy picture, that was the grain in the picture, the grittiness and the dirtiness of the original film, as it was originally presented, was as much a part of the ambiance, as much of a character of the movie as any of the other actual human characters in there. But it still works. It's still a great movie. It's still a lot of fun. Another fun one, also another zombie movie. I do have a lot of zombie movies. I'm a real big zombie fan. There's going to be some really interesting zombie movies coming out. But this one here is Boy Eats Girl, about a sort of a kid who is in love with this girl, doesn't know if she loves him back, typical teenage angst crap, but he winds up accidentally dying His mom accidentally kills him. When you see the movie, you kind of understand. But mom accidentally kills him. That she uses a book, not the book, okay, not the book, but she uses a book to bring him back. He comes back as a zombie, and zombie hijinks ensue. Good fun movie and a nice gruesome battle at the end of the movie. It was really really good. Now going from really really good to this is a movie that was made. This is also a part of another collection that I have. I got this collection off of Facebook Marketplace, I think, or a local swap meet. I only paid I think like $10 for it, and I understand that it does go for a pretty penny online. And it's not one that I'm ever going to really want to sell because I'm a huge fan of this lady. This is Elvira's Movie Macabre, the Coffin Collection. Comes in this lovely coffin-shaped box. Has 13 discs in there. The one that I decided for some ungodly reason to watch was The Brain That Would Not Die, which is also, even as Elvira noted in the movie, it's the movie that does not end. Now the movie's iconic because you got everybody's familiar with the decapitated chick's head in the jar with the bandage around her and the electrodes on her. It's a great image. It's an iconic horror sci-fi image. But my God, the movie was so long, and not only long, but nothing was happening in it at all. I mean, it's insane. So hold on. Here we go. Got to make sure I have all the rest of my movies here because I did a couple of collections, so the stack looks a little higher. But the next one is also checking my list to make sure I'm on the right movie here. Reanimator, great, fun, dark humor. Jeffrey Combs character in this one here. Herbert West, one of my favorite lesser used horror movie characters. I love his arrogance, his obnoxious behavior, his obnoxious personality. You just want to see him die, but you also don't want to because you're curious of what other insults he's going to come up with. And also a nice gruesome movie. I mean, this was another one of those that had some great practical effects in it. Absolutely love it. And next one from another collection, another classic, the original Friday the 13th. This is the Blu-ray collection that I have for it. There's about 50 collections for it available, but this is the one that I have. It's Friday the 13th. Really, what more can be said about it that hasn't already been said? It's a great movie. It's one of my all-time favorites. Blu-rays, as far as I'm going to go with it. I know it's available on 4K, but that's one of those movies that I think the clearer the picture, the higher the definition, the more you'll see how the effects were done. And I kind of like not being able to really tell between effect and real, you know. Speaking of special effects, one of movie's greatest special effects outside of Elvira is Bruce Campbell. So I watched My Name is Bruce, sort of a parody of a semi-autobiographical, and you know, it's Bruce Campbell side of being Bruce Campbell, having to fight a demon, the Chinese demon of what is it? Hold on, I'll get it. Guandi, Chinese Protector of the Dead, and also Bean Curd. That's what it was called. Disgusting stuff, but great. I mean, if you want to see Bruce Campbell being an obnoxious, arrogant asshole, that's a movie to check out. From another collection, also a movie that really not much can be said about it. Not much I can say about it that hasn't already been said, but from my Mel Brooks collection on Blu-ray, Young Frankenstein. It's just a great movie all the way around. Not such a great movie, but still an interesting watch was 976 Evil. I have the DVD version of it, and I got this at a show, so I only paid a couple of bucks for it. It's full screen, which just annoyed the hell out of me, but it's not an easy movie to come across, so I wound up and picked it up anyway. And I love that it has the original box art on it. I always hate it when they change box art for some of these releases, but 976 Evil, about an evil phone number. It's fun. I mean, it's really, it's not the best movie, but it is pretty fun. Going back to 1959, House on Haunted Hill. That's Vincent Price. What more can you say? Great movie though. I mean, it's, yeah. When I watch these movies, yes, I understand that the effects are kind of more than kind of. They're absolutely dated, and by today's standards, they look really bad. They look really cheesy and campy. But when you think about these guys doing what they did with the technology that they had at the time, they did some amazing stuff. And this is another one of those great movies. And there's also, it isn't just effects. These movies didn't rely on special effects. The effects helps to sort of accentuate the story, yes, but you also had a story. You had characters. You had characterization. You had Vincent Price, for crying out loud. So House on Haunted Hill. And then the last one, make sure my list is complete. Yes, my last one for the first half of September. It's one of my favorite lesser known. I mean, it is known, but it's not treated as a mainstream film, and that is Tales from the Crypt presents Demon Knight. Now this is a Shout Factory version, and they did do their own. They did kind of commission their own box art for it, and I am sort of an original person. I love the original stuff, so I always flip it over to get the original box art. And this, the more I look at this box art, the more like I know that this was the actual movie poster for it, which I love. But I'm on the hunt now for this poster. I want this poster up on my wall. So there you go. That's it. Those are the first 15 horror films that I watched for my 2-month horror segment of my year-long movie marathon, movie a day. So with Tales from the Crypt, that is 257 movies that I've watched so far this year as of Tales from the Crypt. So of course we're a few days later, we're up a little bit higher, but there you go. That's it. Those are the movies that I watched. See you in a couple of weeks with the second half of September. See ya.